But what does this mean for us? I mean, food prices are going to keep going up. We're going to have less choice. I mean, where does this lead for those of us who like to eat?
Well, I think it takes away our choice of food. I did a video on this the other day. I was talking about, there's one state in the United States that actually has in their state constitution the right to grow food. Nobody else actually has that right. That's the state of Maine, believe it or not.
Wow.
And that's being challenged in court right now because the city doesn't want some people to have some chickens. But we think that we have these inalienable rights, that we have the right to grow food, to eat, whatever we want to. But there are people out there who would like to argue that we actually don't have that right. And you see it every day in the United States. If you live in an HOA or you live in a city and the city comes out and says you can't have chickens or you can't grow a garden in your front yard, those rights are constantly being slowly taken away from us. But the truth is if we give up our food sovereignty, we give up the ultimate liberty and basically complete control over our own bodies, because now we're giving that to the hands of corporations or to the hands of people who want to feed us all sorts of weird chemicals in our food for vaccination purposes. And it's really the complete loss of any liberty we have if we can't even choose what goes in our body.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really troubling, folks. And I know for most people this isn't even on their radar because they don't produce food. They just go to the grocery store and food comes from the shelf. I mean, where else would it come from? But this is going to affect all of us. If you read the 2030 agenda, go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, I was just going to say it wasn't even on in my thought until we moved out, lived on a farm, and we started connecting ourselves with our community. And then the broader we've gotten with our documentaries, traveling across the United States and Canada. Canada is a mess, by the way, when it comes to water rights. But the more we've learned and the more eye-opening it is, and then when you hear about the stuff that's happening in Europe and all around the world, South Africa, it becomes very real. And when that reality sets in and you realize what it actually means to lose that right to food freedom, it's a scary future.
Yeah, it really is, folks. And even if you don't like to eat, your kids probably do, right? So Henry Kissinger understood very well as National Security Advisor the power that food gave those who control it. And he go read National Security Memorandum 200. He openly talks about how the United States should use food as a weapon in its foreign policy arsenal to convince third world governments that they need to depopulate, that they need to restrict the growth of their populations. It's cold, it's calculated, it's frankly disgusting that this was done in our name and with our tax money. But these people really do see food as a weapon to control us and to get us to do what they want. Charlie, we're almost out of time today. It just flew past, but I want to leave people with some hope and some good ideas on what they can do. What are your recommendations for Americans who maybe haven't thought too much about food sovereignty, food freedom, property rights, the right to grow our own food? Where do we start? How do we get involved?
Well, I think you start by starting to buy direct from a farmer, because a lot of the farmers in our country, we hear about farmer bankruptcies, some of the challenges they're facing right now. A lot of that is just the way the system is working against them. If you start buying direct from a farmer, you start building a relationship with your local farmer, that is going to remove that middleman, and it's going to protect at least your local food system. It's going to make them stronger. You're going to get healthier food that's not ultra processed. And then, also learning to grow some of the food on your own, even if it's in some pots in your apartment. Anything that you can do to reconnect yourself with something that we've been completely separated from is going to help you. It's going to help the entire movement of protecting food freedom. The more people educate themselves on it, the better chance we have at maintaining it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And just educating yourself is a good first step, folks.